Greetings and welcome to lovely Kemp Town in Brighton. I've just done a delivery across the road. I've now got another one to do in Seaford. Come and join me as we drive along the beautiful south coast. There we go. Let's put that camera back in there. Off we pop. Let's go. Right, so today, as always with these Drive Me videos, I'll timestamp the various different topics that I talk about down below. So if you want to skip to whatever title I put in the thumbnail, that's all you're interested in, go for it, help yourself. Or come and join me for the whole video as we drive. It's a bit of a gloomy day today. It was a lovely, beautiful summer day yesterday on Saturday. It's a little bit cloudy and gloomy today, but hey ho, never mind, let's go. Today, what do I want to talk about? Right, so those of you that have watched my channel for a while know that occasionally I take a little break from doing YouTube and politics, and another one is on the horizon. I've kind of been battling with the best way to put my time and effort into this channel, the time that I have away from my work, trying to basically get a work-life balance with family, my main business that I do day to day, and the YouTube channel, and just in general, just filling your head with politics every single day, and because that's what it takes when I'm putting out lots of videos. Your head's got to be in the game. And I think I've come to the conclusion that the best thing for me, which I really enjoy doing, is basically just dipping in and dipping out. So in January, February, I took a complete detox from politics, from the YouTube channel completely. I didn't put up any videos. I didn't engage in political news and social media, complete social media blackout. Instagram went, Twitter went, it all went. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then March, April, May, I come back, dip my toe back into the politics thing, and I made lots of videos. And I think this is what I'm going to do going forward. I kind of like this balance, because I can't just ignore what's going on in the world completely. I can't just completely shut out forever. It's just not in my nature. Once you're engaged and interested in these topics, you can't just take that away. It's too hard. And also, I enjoy making YouTube videos. I enjoy the community that I have in my comment section. I enjoy chatting to you guys. I always say about my YouTube channel, it's a political YouTube channel, but I never try and put it across like I'm an expert on politics and this is what's going on. It's not really like that. It's more a development of myself, really. Like my politics are completely different than when I started this channel, because I engage with people and I chat with people and talk to people in the comment section. And all you lovely viewers that come to watch my videos, I really appreciate all your comments, and we've all sort of grown and developed with our different ideas on politics as time's gone on, I think, and that's what I really enjoy. So I enjoy it, so that's why it's hard to just take it up completely, but I do also really enjoy a break from it. So I think that's where I am, and that's where I'm going to go going forward. I'm just going to take a couple of months off here, complete social media detox, and then dip back into it. That's what I'm going to do. So I am going to take a bit of time off. I don't know exactly how long. I don't really want to put a time limit on it. It might be a month, it might be 2 months. I don't know, but I doubt it would be more than 2 months. But 1 to 2 months seems to be a comfortable time just to take a complete political social media detox. It's a nice amount of time, a couple of months. It really gives you a decent amount of time to completely reset. And I've got a couple of things coming up this month. I've got a download festival at the end of the month, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to spend some great time with my friends and family at that. I say family because my sister and my brother-in-law. But that's going to be amazing. But also I want to spend some time in the garden the next couple of months. I've got a lot of work I want to do in the garden. I built a sort of hangout area at the end of my garden for my son, because he's getting to that age now. He's 18, coming up to 18, he wants to hang out with his friend. So yeah, I built this little sort of hangout area at the back of the garden where he can hang out with his friends. He's getting to that age now, he's socialising, he's hanging out with friends and stuff like that. And to be honest, I'm sick of just having a house full of like 6-7 teenagers. Whenever you're a kid, someone always has like the hangout house, don't they? One of your friends. When you're 18, you're in a group of friends, about 5 or 6. You always hang out at one person's house because they've got better facilities, maybe more lenient parents. Well, that's us. That's turned in. I didn't intend that. I didn't even know that was happening, but that's what's happened. We've become the hangout house now. So I'm sick of 6-7 teenagers all around the house. So summer's coming up, so I built this little area at the back here for them to hang out. And you know what? It's not perfect. This is the thing with DIY. You know, like, I'm rubbish at it. I grew up in a house of three. With 2 women, my mum and my sister. I see, my dad was there all the time. I saw him at weekends and stuff. But you know, DIY for some reason is just not in my DNA. DIY, I just can't do it. Whenever I try to do something, I fail. So I've come to terms now that, you know what, don't ever try and make something look perfect that you try and build. You know, just accept the fact that you can't really do this stuff and just make things that are practical. This little hangout area that I built at the back here, you know, I've just got a load of pallets. I've drilled 70 odd screws into the planks of wood, into the pallets to keep it stable, to keep it strong, and just put some bloody sheeting over the top of it. I haven't done the wood on the sides because it's going to be too heavy, but it functions. You know, it holds up in the wind. We've had some windy days. It holds up in the rain. It functions. There it is. Anyway, I'm really babbling now. But yeah, I've made that, and I'm gonna start growing some vegetables in the garden. I just made this small little raised garden bed with pallets, and it's the same principle with DIY. You know what? There's so many videos on YouTube about gardening and stuff like that, and you can just get overwhelmed. You like watch these people that have been doing it for years, and like, yeah, you have to start growing from a seed in a toilet roll and have a certain amount of mix of dirt, of manure and compost, and I'm like, oh God, Jesus Christ. You know, I'm just going to throw some shit in the ground and see if it grows. I dumped these loads of old potatoes in the ground a couple of weeks ago, and look, they're sprouting up. So I'm just going to chuck them in the big raised garden bed. I'm going to put this one to potatoes, and yeah, so I want to build sort of about 4 of them, maybe some onions, tomatoes, garlics, just the stuff that I use regularly. You know, I think it's going to be good. You know, this is going to be my rest. That, you know, this is all coming together with the same thing, with the detox from. I just want to take the politics out of my life for a month or 2, the social media, all that stuff, and work, family, and garden. I'm going to grow some shit. Hopefully, I say I'm going to put some shit in the ground and see if it grows. But I'll update on the progress of that when I come back to doing videos. I might just do a bit video of my progress in the garden, if anyone cares. But anyway, back to the politics. So yeah, I've dipped my toe in the last couple of months, and what did I learn? I guess that's what I might do with the rest of this video now, is what I've come back in. I took a couple of months off, and I've dipped my toe back in for a couple of months. What have I learned? What was going on in those couple of months? What did I do videos of? Mainly immigration, gender politics, and a little bit of Brexit, because that's always there. But I think I'll focus on this immigration and gender politics thing. And I guess if I could just like say, is that camera level? If the one thing that I've taken over diving back into politics over the last couple of months, I think I've kind of established really the main fundamental difference between the right and the left in the UK. After all this stuff with immigration and gender politics, I've just come to the conclusion that the only real difference is the fact that people on the right don't want change. They're scared of change. They hark back to the days of their 20s and 30s, whatever decade they might be, 60s, 70s, 80s, and they want that to carry on forever, which can't happen. And on the left, we either accept change, embrace change for the youngsters, or the older generation just accept the fact that change is inevitable and there's nothing you can do about it. Of course, we're human. We hark back to the days of our 20s and 30s fondly and think, oh, I wish life could go on forever like that. But we understand that that's not possible. Life now, compared to 50 years ago, is completely different. And life 50 years ago compared to 50 years before that is completely different as well. You're never going to stop change, whether it be different skin colours through immigration, if you're that way inclined, or gender politics, being more accepting of trans rights and things like this. This is going to happen. It's inevitable. You can't stop it. This is the young generation coming through, and you just have to embrace change. That's what I've come to the conclusion of over the last couple of months. That's the main fundamental difference, is people on the right just will not accept change. And you know what, it's scientifically proven that we all embrace the days of our sort of teens, 20s, 30s. A good example is music. There's a lot of research done that finds out that the type of music that people listen to in their teens and 20s will stay with them for the rest of their life, and that's the sort of sound that they like. That's why your 80-year-old granddad will never get on board with whatever the kids are listening to right now, because it's just, you associate these things with the time, the best times of your life during your 20s and your 30s, the times that you look back most fondly on, music-wise. That's what you're going to like. And it's just the same with life. You're always going to want the way the world was in those decades, in the 60s, 70s, whatever your chosen decade might be. You want that to carry on. You want that to be the same. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you still have your memory, and you still look fondly back on these things. It's really interesting. The other day I saw a random episode of Auf Wiedersehen Pet on YouTube. Have you ever seen that show? Auf Wiedersehen Pet. It's basically a show in the 80s about out of work Brits that go over to Germany, builders. And there's camaraderie and there's fun and there's frolics and stuff, and it's I look back so fondly on that show, and it reminds me of that sort of that better time, where you have conversations with your friends in the pub rather than just look across at them while they're on their phone. You go to the pub now, you see that couple in the corner over there, both on their phone, not even talking to each other. But that's the thing, that's the world now. You can't change it. I will look fondly back at those times in the 90s and 80s when people had conversations before technology of the internet and mobile phones and stuff. You can look back fondly on those times, but you need to know that you're never going to get them back. They're never coming back, those times. They're gone. You can have your memories and you can watch Auf Wiedersehen Pet and look back fondly on those moments. There's no problem. But it's never coming back. This is the world we live in now. We live in a world of social media, of phones, and the kids today have just got to try and navigate this the best they can. And you've got to leave them to it. And don't stop them. It's their future, it's their world now. You have to embrace it. You can't expect the world to stick in the world of the 1980s. What's your thoughts on that, guys? I mean, that would be my main thought, I guess. The main thing that I've taken over diving back into politics over the next couple of months, with so many people complaining about immigration and gender politics and stuff, they just can't accept that the world's changing. And I guess that's not a sort of unknown philosophy, really, is it? It's pretty prominent that the older you get, the more you hark back to the old days, and it's harder to accept what the world that you live in now. So I think once you get past 40, I'm coming up to 40 next year. I'm going to be 40 next year. I think it's just time to just let the youngsters take over. Go in the garden, grow some veg, enjoy your life, enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, enjoy your grandkids, enjoy all those things. But to be honest, I think it's time to just let the youngsters take over and just try and get as much enjoyment out of the rest of your years as possible. And there's plenty of enjoyment to be having. This is the thing, in your 20s and 30s, you can get engaged in politics, give it some oomph, and, I really care about this stuff. But, yeah, you got to let the youngsters embrace change when it comes to that time. Am I babbling shit? Am I talking sense? I don't know. Sometimes when I go off on a rant like this, I just I get to the end of it and I think, am I actually talking shit? No, I'm talking serious stuff. I think at the end there I went off a little bit, but yeah. So that's my final thoughts on my 3 months back into politics. Like I said, I will be taking a break now. I don't know exactly how long. It probably won't be longer than a couple of months. It seems to be a nice sort of time to just completely get out, and I'm doing everything. Like I say, I'm not just doing politics, I'm doing social media as well, because have you ever actually just stopped for a second and just actually seen what you're absorbing when you're flicking through shorts? This is the worst thing, isn't it? I think this is the TikTok thing, because all social media platforms are doing the TikTok thing now. So when I say the TikTok thing, if you haven't got TikTok, you have got TikTok. If you've got Instagram, if you've got, even on Facebook now, they do these reels, don't they, where it's these quick 30-second videos that you flick through. Have you ever actually flicked through some of them and actually thought, Jesus Christ, what am I absorbing? You flick through one and you've got road rage, someone gets out and has a fight, oh great. Flick through this, oh, Piers Morgan slagging off trans people, flicking through another one. Oh, it's some poor woman in America that's going a bit loopy in a convenience store because she's out of her drugs and she's mentally ill. This is the shit seriously, this is the shit that gets pumped into our brains every single time we're just flicking through. Flick through videos, poor person, fight breaking out, mentally ill person goes mental in shop. It's just, oh God, it's awful, isn't it? It's so awful. And maybe I'm a hypocrite because I put out those shorts videos, but I like to think that my shorts videos are informative and actually contribute to well-being in society, rather than just some mentally ill person going mental in a shop. It's so wrong. It's so wrong, and it's so damaging. You need to take a break from it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm going to take a break. Social media, politics, all out. I'm going to concentrate, friends and family. I'm going to get the garden sorted. So as ever, thank you so much for watching all my videos. I really appreciate it. I will be back, don't worry, I will be back if you just stay subscribed. Put the bell. I never say this, I never ever say this, but if you come this far, like the video, subscribe, but also put the bell on, because when I did come back after that 2-month break, I released about 5-6 videos, and then on the 7th video I got loads of people saying, oh, you're back. I'm like, well, yeah, I've been back for quite a few videos. So the algorithm's not necessarily going to pump my videos out to you. So yeah, if you like my videos, if you watch my videos, press the bell, and then you'll be notified when I come back after a month or 2. Take care, till next time.